was getting really excited for potentially doing what I've always dreamed of doing.
And the dream has always been what?
I was doing just fine. Then you went and changed.
To write music for a living.
Chemicals and
Lindsay Rohde was just beginning to break out as a singer-songwriter.
talking over.
When I personally hear a song and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this song is about.
All I can feel is my own heartbeat. Unaware of what's around me. I have no idea what I'm doing. So what if it's just
You don't quite understand what I mean by I can't sing anymore. Here's Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you.
But these days,
Happy birthday to you.
she struggles to sing, something that used to come naturally. The music stopped on September 20th of last year as Rohde, driving her SUV with her sister in the passenger seat, both in seatbelts, pulled out to turn left at this intersection a couple blocks from her apartment. That's when a driver ran the red light, smashing into the driver's side of her car. The right side of her skull was shattered.
Oh my, I can't explain. She might just be perfect. Okay.
What's it like to have your identity focus so strongly around singing and songwriting, and then to have that taken away from you?
It's heartbreaking. There was a moment where I sat down and I told myself we have to come up with new dreams.
Rohde can't remember the accident, but she believes that when the other car hit,
My sister and I hit heads. And then I found research about front passengers colliding during side impact crashes.
in a frontal crash, airbags like these protect the driver and front seat passenger. But what about when the impact comes from the side, as in Rohde's crash? Here's a side impact crash test. Watch as the heads of these test dummies collide.
I've never had anyone warn me of colliding with another passenger in a car.
It turns out her injury might have been prevented if her car had had what's called a front center airbag. In this European test, watch as that airbag prevents the dummies' heads from hitting each other as it pops up between the seats. But Rohde's car didn't have one, and when she went looking for a new car 6 months later, specifically one with that front center airbag,
I just started emailing every car dealership in this area and said, this is what I want.
And what kind of responses did you get?
Most of them didn't know what I was talking about.
They did
Actually, none of them knew what I was talking about.
she says she found the airbag in some luxury cars, but in just one car she could afford, a used but newer version of the very model car she was driving at the time of the accident. This one, a 2023 Nissan Rogue in a higher-priced platinum trim package.
It's not fair that you have to have more money to have standard safety.
We confirmed they are standard in some luxury vehicles, but in some other cars they're optional, which means you'll pay extra. For instance, Nissan told us the airbags are standard in some vehicles, optional in others. But in many U.S. vehicles, those airbags simply don't exist. In Europe, it's different. In 2015, their nonprofit safety organization, Euro NCAP, began looking at side impact crashes. Instances of people colliding with each other in front seats were less common, says technical manager James Elway, but when it did happen,
one of you runs the risk of impacting the other one during that side impact, and that can be very often serious or even fatal.
Do you often see that people hit heads?
In terms of the accident data, that's what we saw.
So in 2020, Euro NCAP incorporated a safety test that ultimately prompted most automakers to add that front center airbag in their European models.
And even from the get-go, we could see, at least in our tests, that they have a benefit. You can see from some of our onboard footage, that these airbags do keep the occupants apart, particularly when it comes to head-to-head contact.
The result? Car after car after car with standard front center airbags. Euro NCAP says 80% of the vehicles it's tested in the last 5 years now have them. Like this 2024 Subaru Forester tested by Euro NCAP. It has a front center airbag. But when we asked about Subarus in the US, a spokesman told us in an email, we do not have center airbags on our vehicles. So why are front center airbags not as prevalent in cars in the US? To find out, we visited the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. The federal government does regulate auto safety, but it's the IIHS that's behind many vehicle safety improvements in the U.S. It uses crash tests and data analysis to come up with its rating system, a system that has helped spur innovations such as side curtain airbags and a number of structural improvements. IIHS Vehicle Research Center Vice President Raul Arbeliz says it's all based on a key question.
What repeatable test can we conduct that will cause some change that will make a real difference in the real world?
You're looking for a test that will give you the most impact in terms of reducing severe injuries and fatalities.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, we're always choosing the next test where we can do the most good.
But he says when it comes to front center airbags,
can those airbags help? I think certainly yes, but we didn't see enough data to convince us that it was the right path to take at the time.
If Europe has a test that makes them add front center airbags, why couldn't America, the US, have a test like that?
It's possible. It's someone, and it could be the Institute, it could be the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Someone just has to make that a priority.
So we asked the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, about front center airbags. It said it's currently studying real-world cases of occupant-to-occupant injuries from all types of crashes in its data and will assess next steps based on its findings. But our investigative team analyzed that same federal data for side impact crashes and found when there were 2 people in the front seats, for the person on the opposite side from the impact, the risk of a severe head injury more than triples.
So this is the front center airbag, right?
This is the front center airbag.
Right.
These ones that are here on the side, it can be different size and different depending on the performance, if you just want to hold the body because it doesn't turn.
Jordi Lombarte is Executive Vice President of Autoleave, a company that makes front center airbags.
You believe that they also could save more lives here in the US
Absolutely.
if they were in more cars here?
Yes.
Bottom line.
Yes. Bottom line.
So this is a whole airbag, like
This is a whole
just
airbag.
this.
Yes.
Wow.
We try to make it almost invisible
It's very small.
and lightweight.
His company has supplied millions of those airbags to auto manufacturers around the world. But only a fraction of those sales, he says, are in the U.S.
This is the front center airbag. This is the ones that we are talking about.
So these are the ones that a lot of the US cars do not have.
Exactly. And look, they are not so big.
Are you seeing widespread adoption in other countries of front center airbags?
Yes, also, yes. You can see central airbags in Asia, in Japan, in Korea.
Asia,
Yes.
Japan, Korea.
Yes.
Are you shocked at all that it's taken this long and still we're not seeing these airbags in the United States? In most cars.
I mean, shock, I don't know if the word is shock, but sometimes frustrated. We are a bit frustrated, have some frustration because the solution is on the table.
Coffee at midnight. No, it's just your eyes. Sit in the silence. Taking the quiet. Yeah, that was the melody.
With no test or government mandate to require them and little public pressure, Rhody says she felt like it was up to her to make people aware. So she started her own campaign for the airbags on change.org.
Because I felt like I got lucky. I don't want everyone else to have to rely on hopefully being lucky.